Let me talk for a minute about variable annuities, more specifically. This seems to me to be the product, although there are others that are also complicated. But people seem to get tripped up on variable annuities because they are a little more complicated. Now, complicated doesn't mean bad. Okay, we've got cars that if you've ever opened the hood and you look at it and go, wow, that's complicated. That doesn't mean it's bad. We use these things to get from to and fro. Okay, we got to go places. But with annuities, as with any financial product, you need to make sure you understand them before you get them. And if you're going to have somebody help you figure it out, because most annuities are accessed or purchased through an advisor, make sure they know what they're talking about. I've run into situations where I've gone behind other advisors, or I've had somebody ask me to look at their annuity. They're not sure about them. They're a little confused about it. They don't recall exactly how it was set up. And way too often, people don't understand their annuities. So if you're going to get one, make sure you understand it and you work with somebody that can explain it to you in plain English. Now, specifically on the variable annuity is a security, which means it can go up and down in value. It's not a principal protected, secure product. By definition, as being or as a security, it has risk of loss. Now, there are features that can benefit you with a variable annuity, but first and foremost, it's an investment, and so you need to look at it that way. With a variable annuity, you have investment choices inside it. Now, that can be a way to access investments that fit your particular style of investing or what you're looking for. If you're going to get a variable annuity, make sure there are a lot of investment choices. Make sure that the funds, these sub-accounts inside the variable annuity, are well rated, aren't too expensive. Make sure they pass muster. Make sure they are what you need. Sometimes with variable annuities, because these things are packaged and structured with the mutual fund companies that offer the investments inside the annuity, these things are all structured with agreements, not necessarily with the ability of the insurance company to change out those investments all the time. Sometimes the investments can be a bit stagnant, like a pond without running water going through it, because there's so many funds available and they don't change very often. If you want to invest and you're looking for growth, you might consider something that's more flexible, like a portfolio you build through a brokerage account, because then you can get to anything you want, virtually anything you want, working with a brokerage account you do yourself, or working with an advisor that has the latitude to pick from all the different funds out there. I mean, there are thousands of mutual funds and individual stocks and investments you can put your money into. But if you want the variable annuity, make sure you are comfortable with the choices available and that you understand the fees and costs. Now, the other thing about a variable annuity is that the distribution is fragmented. What do I mean by that? Annuities are distributed in different ways through wholesalers, through broker-dealers, depending on the type of annuity. Variable annuities are sold through broker-dealers. These broker-dealers are the brokerage firms or stock brokerage firms, if you will. They have agreements with the insurance companies to sell those variable annuities to their clients or to prospective customers. So the variable annuity that you might be wanting, or one that might make sense for you, may be available from one firm but not another. Or let me reverse it around. If you go to one particular firm, that firm may have available X number, 5 or 6, just as an example, of variable annuities, but might not have access to another one that might fit for you. So it pays to shop around and compare. If you're going to look for a variable annuity, compare options from different firms, because the fees also vary substantially. And as I've said, the fees can be significant if you add on additional features. So you want to make sure you pay attention to that. The other thing to know about variable annuities, and this is where I run into some confusion about variable annuities that I'm trying to help people understand and educate, so that's part of what I'm doing with this program. A variable annuity does not offer principal protection unless you put your money into the fixed account inside the variable annuity. And if you're going to do that, then you're probably better served with another type of vehicle if that's what you're really trying to get, because you're using something for what it's not really primarily designed to do. If you want principal protection and you're considering an annuity, then maybe a fixed or indexed annuity would be a better fit. But the variable annuity, sometimes people think that they've got principal protection because the variable annuity does have as an option a feature on the annuity called an income rider, where it has an income guarantee. So for example, you put your money in, let's say it's $100,000 into the variable annuity, and it has this income feature. Sometimes people misconstrue that feature, or sometimes advisors misrepresent or don't do a good job of explaining that feature, and people get the wrong idea that they're getting a guarantee of principal protection, or worse yet, a guarantee of return. So you put your $100,000 in, it has this feature, the stock market goes up, the stock market goes down, and let's just say 5 years later, your $100,000 is worth, say, $80,000. The market has gone down 20%. Well, the variable annuity could have this income feature that says, okay, when you're ready to start drawing income, you can have $5,000 a year for the rest of your life. Well, that's not the same as giving you your money back with a principal protection. You can't walk away with your $100,000, it's only worth $80,000. Well, if you live 20 years and you get $5,000 a year, yes, that's $100,000, but that's an income guarantee and it's not walk away guarantee. Most people think when they hear the word, I've got a guarantee of my protection, that means they can walk away with it. The same goes for some of the features on the annuities where the insurance company may describe your income in the future with what they call a roll-up or a guaranteed income account value. All of those terms or that terminology all relates to how much income you can draw when you start taking income from the annuity in the future. Has absolutely nothing to do with your actual earnings on the annuity. The same is true for the index annuity or fixed index. They have the same income riders or income features. And I've had people show me their policy and say, hey, I'm getting 7% guaranteed for 10 years. No, you're not. It's a guarantee of an increase in your income account value, and it only is a part of this formula for figuring out how much income you can have in the future. All those references to guarantees of 7 and roll-ups and income account values have nothing to do with what you're actually earning. The earnings on an annuity are tied to the interest the insurance company credits, the way you have your interest tied maybe to a stock market index, or the actual gains or losses from having the money invested through the sub-accounts in the variable annuity and how the market performs. So don't get twisted up, don't get confused, be aware that there are two parts to a lot of the deferred annuities that are done today. Part of it is your income account value, this part that is to use to create how much income you're going to have in the future. That's where a lot of these guarantees are talked about. And then you have the real money, the real value, the walk-away money, the money you can take and leave. Even if you surrender it, you can get your money. It might have to pay a penalty, but 2 years in, you can get your money back. And if you've had earnings, you can take that subject to the cost of getting the money back. But if you hold it till it matures, you get all of what you put in plus whatever it made. This other value, these income account values, these roll-ups and all that stuff, it's a formula for figuring out how much income you will have. So just be aware that there are different parts to how these annuities are calculated. That will help you plan stronger.